can I feel confident when I struggle with my mental health? Can I ever be good at anything? Do I dare put myself out there? Is anyone going to trust me with anything important ever again? These are some of the questions that I had when I was struggling with my mental health a lot, when I was really deep in anxiety. And I have come so far. So I want to share where I was and where I am now, so that if you guys are thinking the same kind of questions to yourself, that you have some hope and you can see the truth about yourself. I was scared to get pregnant when I was still recovering from anxiety because I didn't know if I'd be able to be a good mom. I didn't know if I would be able to handle all the stresses that come with being a parent and the different responsibilities that come with that too. I wanted to make sure that I was 100% better before I had a child. I thought that taking time for myself to heal meant that I was going to be a burden to my husband and my family and my friends. I was scared to work again after one particular job sent me spiraling down in my mental health. I didn't know if I'd ever be able to handle the pressure again. I lacked the confidence to help other people because I thought that no one would want help from me when I couldn't even help myself. I was on the prayer team at my church, and I still am, where when we now are able to have in-person services, we have prayer stations where people can come and ask for prayer one-on-one with people. And I just thought that no one would want me to pray for them because I was so anxious and messed up and believing all these lies about myself. Who would want me to pray for them? I can't even get myself together. Going through a struggle in your mind is a part of your experience. It's part of your life, part of who you are, but it doesn't define you. It doesn't make you who you are. So I had to come to terms with the fact that yes, I have anxiety and I've been struggling with anxiety, and this is an ongoing thing for me to stay on top of, but that doesn't mean I am an anxious person. I'm not taking that onto myself and making that part of my identity. This is just part of my experience. Hearing other people talk about their mental health struggles really inspired me to be open about my struggles, because I truly believe that when we let ourselves be open and truthful and honest about what's going on in our lives to trusted people, doesn't mean you have to tell the whole world, but when you do that, you don't have to be stuck in this dark pit anymore, hiding what is going on in your life, because that's just gonna drag you down even more. And when you are open about it and you let the light in, then you can truly heal from it and move on. So that's why I want to be open about these things that I believed in my head, because if you're thinking the same thing, then maybe this will help you to be able to open up as well to someone who's able to help you and able to be trusted. So after I had all those feelings of inadequacy and shame, this is now the situation that I'm in. I did end up getting pregnant. I have a 2-year-old daughter, Sophie. She is lovely, and I have to say, I am rocking that mom thing. Sophie is a little too young to disagree, so we'll just go with that. There are moments that I do need to step out of the situation, take some deep breaths, do some of the coping mechanisms that I need to be able to keep my mind healthy. But overall, I think I'm doing a really good job of being a mom. And I'm not saying that to brag. I'm just saying that it's possible to struggle with your health and the way you're thinking and still be a really good mom. The important thing is that you love your kid, you are there for them, and that you ask for help when you need it. I say when, not if, because every mom is going to need some help at some point. I chose to change my work situation to something that was a little bit more suited to me and to my personality, and I'm doing so well. I learned a bunch of coping mechanisms and things that help me to be able to deal with the stresses as they come up, but overall able to manage it a lot better. And so I love that saying where it says, like, if a flower fails to bloom, you don't try and fix the flower itself, you fix the environment. So I changed my environment and I found something where I could actually do a good job and where my work was suited to what I'm good at. A low moment on the way to the job that I have right now was that I couldn't even get an entry-level job as a university graduate with work experience. So that was very discouraging. However, I just kept going and I was able to get a job in my field of nursing and able to make use of my education and get a higher pay. And it makes me wonder, when I was writing this, I was thinking, I wonder if I'd gotten that entry-level job, if I would have just been so content to just stay there and not move forward. So it's probably a good thing I didn't get that job, because it kept pushing me to go further and to get to where I needed to be. My husband was there for me, but he didn't really understand what I was going through because he hadn't been through this situation himself. So it took a lot of open communication, being vulnerable on my part, being willing to listen on his part, so that we could really communicate what we were going through and kind of come to terms with this, that he could really support me with where I was at. And this is going to be another whole video coming up soon, so if you want more details about that, it's coming. And I'm able to help other people now through these videos that I make, and on my Instagram, I am sharing the story that I have experienced, that I've lived through. As they say, I'm turning my mess into a message. And I've had people come to me and they just know that I'm going to be open about these things because I am on the internet in front of everybody, and they know that they can ask me questions that they don't feel comfortable to ask anybody else. And I love that. I love that I can be open and answer questions and be a support for people when they need it, because they know that I've been through the same situation as them, so they can feel comfortable talking to me about it. So I took my mess, turned it into my message, and now I have so much more empathy for people who are going through similar situations, when before I had absolutely no idea what people were going through with anxiety or panic attacks. But now I understand, and I can be so much more empathetic and be more supportive because of that. So it's actually turned out even better for me to be able to help people. People don't need help from someone who's got it all together. People want to know that you're real, that you have experienced what they've experienced, and that you're just willing to give it a go and jump into the mess with them. That's what people really want. So if you're in the middle of that hurting situation, don't be afraid to be real with people, because that's what people connect to. They connect with real because they're real. I won't say that I always had confidence in me having mental health issues, but now I do, and I know that I have made so much progress since where I started from, and I have a long ways to go yet, but I can see that I'm making progress. And sometimes, you take a couple steps back, but then you just keep moving forward again. So this is to remind you to keep moving forward. Things are gonna get better, and just keep pushing forward. If you enjoyed this video, found it encouraging, let me know by hitting that like button, and down in the comments, tell me what really resonated with you. I love to hear from you guys. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and always stay tuned because I have new videos coming out every single week. See you later.